Media Day 2024, FreshSoph head football coach Stephen Grace joins us. Stephen, before we get into the actual football part of things, I'm evidently taking over as the voice of the Bears up top. Help me. You got any words of advice?
Don't watch the game, swear a lot, and just ramble aimlessly about nothing.
This is going to be great. This is going to be perfect for me. That's like my MO. Speaking of MOs.
Oh.
Wait now, that was one game. We're going to keep that in there, but that was one game because you could see it happen.
Yes, you could.
We were saying it. I just unfortunately let it slip on a live microphone in front of 1,000 people. Gosh darn it. It was great.
No, in all honesty, you'll do great. You actually did the very first Bearcast. People don't remember that sometimes.
Oh, boy.
But, just remember it's a bunch of kids out here playing a game. Just describe what you see. Just have fun with it. You got Finn Dog with you up in the booth, is that right?
No, it's gonna be a
smorgasbord this year?
cornucopia of people.
Okay. Rely on them. Just have a conversation with them, remembering that the game is what people want to hear, but just interject some things in between there and just have a good time with it. Well,
as the FreshSoph football coach, interject with us. What are some of the things that have been going on since the beginning of August? Well, actually, even before that.
We've got a young team.
Okay.
We have only a handful of sophomores. We've got a really good group of freshmen, but they've been working hard. And I think that's one of the key things is we've gained a lot already just in the time that we've been on the field.
Yeah.
They have a lot of potential to do a lot of really good things. When you look at them, all of the quote-unquote measurables aren't there yet, but the immeasurables, the heart, the desire, the work ethic, those are the things that I'm seeing from this group that they're doing a lot really well. They ask good questions. They're trying to learn. They're working on getting better, and we've seen a lot of growth since we got started a few weeks ago.
What are the numbers so far? What are the numbers that we have in the program this year?
Let's see, number one, number two.
As far as participation.
We've got about 25 on the FreshSoph team.
Okay. And is it an even spread between? I know the freshman class has a very large number of football
I think
players.
right now we have 6 sophomores and 19 freshmen.
Wow.
So,
okay. What are some? You were there last year with these kids and kids that have transitioned now to being sophomores. What are some of the positions where you're like, okay, I know what I'm going to get from these kids, and okay, the rest of these freshman kids are going to fill in.
Obviously Sawyer Jeffries played a lot at quarterback last year. We've got 2 freshmen, Dylan Schenkel and Jackson Nestor, that are in there as well. All 3 of them doing a lot of great things. Sawyer's doing a really good job of helping there. He's actually been stepping up on the defensive side. We've got a couple of linemen that, Gavin Oxley was a starter last year. We've got a couple others, Seth Hosier and Hunter Christoffel, that saw some time. They've been doing a lot of great things of really trying to get people into position and do some things. And so we're seeing a lot of great there. Spencer Green, really good running back, and he's going to be playing some linebacker for us. Again, he knows what's up. He knows how to play the game. He's a good athlete, and so we're seeing things. And again, all of them do a really good job of leading by example, helping the younger guys, showing them where they need to be, trying to get them in the right position so that they understand some of the ththings that these guys maybe struggled with at times early on when they were freshmen last year.
And also some transition this year with, I guess, a brand new coaching staff. Brand new as far as coaches with you, but guys that aren't brand new to the game.
Right.
You've got Kevin Stout, was a decorated running back and 4-year player on a varsity on all 3 championship teams. He was on them. Drew Finnegan, a very good football player. Drake Berry, a recent football player, and played college football as early as 2021. So what are these guys bringing to the staff and for the kids?
A lot of energy. Real quick, just big thank you to the previous staff, Kevin Crosswaite, Shane Staker, DJ Hobbs. Great to work with for the last couple of years. They did so many wonderful things, and just unfortunately, the way things shook out, it didn't work for them to be able to come back. But now we've got these other guys that have come in, and they bring energy, they bring a fresh perspective. Obviously, they've all played at the college level, knowing what's going on. They've been able to compete and trying to get the kids to understand some of those things, understanding the little nuances. It's not just you understand your play, you go out, you do it. It's how do you take the right first step? How do you read the quarterback when you're playing defensive back? How do you get your hands in the right position? And so they're doing a really good job of helping the kids understand that.
And it also, I think, from a continuity thing with a staff and with a program. Having 3 guys that have been in the program before, they kind of understand what goes on this field, on the practice squad field out at the high school, and just West Branch football in general, and that's something you can't teach.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, some of those, again, intangibles, understanding what the whole situation is, the history of the program. Obviously, with Coach Nestor coming in, it's transitioning a little bit, but he wants a lot of the exact same things. He wants to play good, hard-nosed football. He wants to be successful on the field and off the field, doing a lot of those little things, and these guys are going to be there to help these guys understand that because they were able to do it when they played.
Starting with next Friday, there'll be a scrimmage against Mount Vernon, non-contact scrimmage, which usually there's got to be a little bit of contact, but not full-on, go on and tackle and group tackle a kid. The whistle blows. What do you get? What does a team get from a scrimmage like that? Other than the fact I'm seeing somebody wearing a different color jersey than West Branch.
I think that's the biggest thing is you're starting to be able to hit somebody that's not a teammate. You have guys that don't necessarily know the play call. I mean, obviously, they maybe overhear us call it. They know what it is. They maybe cheat a little bit. You might get a little bit truer read on how a defense is going to be able to react to some things. And then, it's just some extra competition. Obviously, you're competing with yourself. You get to go compete against somebody else. You get it on film and have an opportunity to further teach the guys, like, okay, you do this against our second and third string guys, it works. You do this against another team's first string, it's not going to work. So, again, those little things, footwork, hand positioning, those types of things, that's where it makes a big difference. 2
more questions. First being, looking at the schedule, obviously the FreshSoph schedule looks a little bit different than the varsity schedule does, maybe a couple different teams on involved. But when you look at the schedule, where are some of the teams that are going to be on there that are going to be a really big challenge, and some teams on there that you've seen before that maybe you can take some things from?
I think all of them are going to be a challenge. Obviously, Williamsburg, Dike, New Hartford, the first 2 games out of the gate, very storied programs. They know what's going on. Then we play a 4A school in Marion. That's going to be a challenge. We went up there and had a good game with them last year, came up short. District opponents, we get Cascade this year. Thankfully, they've got numbers, so we've got a FreshSoph game with them. But again, all the district foes. Wilton's been really good the last couple of years. Regina is always really good. We close out the year with Solon. That was a game that, I'd like back last year because we didn't look very good. And again, it's a storied program. It's a 3A school that they're going to bring it, and so our guys need to understand how to step up and respond to that. And so it's a good challenge for us just in terms of we have to be ready. We have to give 110% every game because there are some really good teams that we're playing.
And then finally, that question that all FreshSoph coaches more than likely have been asked at least once, if not 80% of them. What are the kids learning on the FreshSoph program? What's the biggest thing that they need, that they'll be taught learning from the football field so they can take that on in the next couple of years as they get to varsity players?
I think it's just how to do things the right way. Again, whether it's some of those little hand positioning things, how to read a defense, how to understand what the play calls are. We are basically the stepping stone for these guys to varsity. And so getting them so that whether it's later this season, if for some reason they get called up, if it's next year when they become a junior and get onto the varsity level, they know the basics.
Right.
They know the foundations of what Coach Tiley, Coach Bailey, Coach Nestor would like them to do. So then it's just, okay, we call this play, I know what's going on, and then maybe add some of the extra bells and whistles that the varsity guys do. But get them that foundation so that they're able to step up when they're called upon.
Well, Stephen, since you're not very experienced at this, we're going to see how you can close out this interview for us.
All right. 2024 Media Day. Jason Miller interviewing me, FreshSoph head coach Stephen Grace, right here at WestBranch.Football.